instrument, and I can understand why. This piece is dedicated to my oldest sister, Teresa. This instrument came into my hands because a very sweet person knew I was supposed to have it, and he gave me the ultimate gift. This instrument was a gift at a time when my sister was dying from cancer. And of course, there was no way to predict how long she would have, but when I played a friend, and this particular friend, Gary Stadler, is a fantastic pianist, he heard me. And before you know it, like some kind of magic, like some kind of destiny, this arrived in my postbox. And I knew instantly what I was supposed to do. Because when you have an ability to respond, you have a responsibility to give and keep giving. And so I would find myself in Los Angeles playing music for my sister in the hospital. And little would we know that my dad would be very shortly behind her, about 6 weeks. And I would realize that the vibration of this instrument had some magical capability. But I get ahead of myself. When I was growing up, especially in a big family, you know, traveling consisted of the station wagon trips, and I got to know California really, really well. And it wouldn't be until college and beyond that I would start to travel internationally, and honestly, no one would be more surprised than me about where I would end up going. Have you ever had that moment in your life when you felt your destiny calling? When it was as if your future reached out to you? And it was bees humming or something. Wake up, I got messages for you. Well, it was one of those conversations. It was one of those moments. It was a conversation that would change the course of my life. I was a college student in Colorado. I was a college student in California. I was visiting Colorado. And there was this conversation about who would be part of an American delegation to climb the highest mountain in the continent of Europe. Happens to be the 10th highest in the world. And all of a sudden, I had this crazy notion that I was supposed to go on this trip. And I wasn't sure why. I just had this incredible, clear, potent message that I'm supposed to do this. So I come back to California, I sit down with Mom and Dad, and I say, Mom, Dad, guess what? I am going to be part of an American delegation to go and climb the highest mountain in the continent of Europe. Oh, by the way, it's in the Soviet Union. Isn't that great? My dad looks at me and goes, yeah, that's nice, honey. Not on my dime, darling. Not on my dime. And I was